Hi, welcome back to Paul's Stuff. This is my space on YouTube where I talk about all the things I love. Lots of Star Wars, lots of lightsabers. Bit about lightsabers today, but not just about lightsabers. Something a little bit different from what I normally do. So you may have seen in an earlier video, I started collecting the Holocrons and crystals from Galaxy's Edge. Never been to the parks. You can only buy these generally in the Disney Galaxy's Edge parks. If you don't do that, then you have to buy them via what are known as smugglers. They're really kind of like personal shoppers who will go to the park, buy what you want, and then send it to you. Or there are a couple of companies here in the UK that will import these things and sell them to you at UK price. That does, however, mean that these things are expensive. The crystals go for about £25 each. The Holocrons are between £50 and £60 each. But of course prices go up from that. Now to bring you up to date on my collection of these, last video I already had the 2 Holocrons, and I think I had 5 different crystals. I was still waiting for the red one. So now I have all of the crystals, including the black one. Now the black one is a bit of an oddity. You can't go and specifically buy a black crystal. I believe when these things first came out, one in every 100 red canisters had a black crystal, making them really rare. I think that's now changed to 1 in around 7 or so red canisters has a black crystal in it, but they're sold to you blind. You don't know what you're getting when you buy a red canister. So it may be a red crystal, it may be a black one. I was really lucky. I bought 2 sealed red canisters from eBay at a very reasonable price. I was actually looking for a Darth Maul version of the red crystals. Bought 2. One was the Darth Maul and the other was the black crystal. So the black crystal works quite like the red crystals, but it has the voice of Snoke when you put it into the Jedi Holocron. When you put it into a Savi's Workshop lightsaber, it's red, the same as any other red canister crystal, any of the red crystals. So I've also now bought my own Savi's Workshop lightsaber. Again, these are exclusive to the parks. They're exclusive to the Savi's Workshop lightsaber building experience. So you go along to the park, you pay, I believe, $250 extra to go and make your lightsaber at Savi's Workshop. There are 4 different types of lightsaber that you can make up. This is their elemental nature one, although I think they've just changed the pieces. So this isn't the current pieces that are available. This is the original pieces. They also do like a Jedi one, a Sith one, and an Old Republic version. Can't remember the names for those. I'm sure there will be people that comment that will let me know the names on those. And these work with the crystals as well. So we'll start by talking about the crystals a little bit. So there are 5 light side colours. That's green, blue, white, purple and yellow. Each of those colours has 2 sets of character dialogue that will happen in the Jedi Holocron. So for the green one, you have Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn. The blue one is Obi-Wan Kenobi from the original trilogy and Luke Skywalker from the sequel trilogy. The white one is Ahsoka Tano and Chirrut Imwe. The purple one has two different versions of Mace Windu, and the yellow one has Jedi Temple Guard and Maz Kanata rather. Always want to call her Katana. Kanata. Maz Kanata. So from the character from the Force Awakens. So there are 10 of those to collect. I now have all of the characters in the light side. There are 4 red crystals to collect. That's Darth Vader, Darth Sidious or Emperor Palpatine, Count Dooku and Darth Maul. Have all of those now as well. There's the black crystal, which is Snoke, and then there are 2 others which I believe originally were just sold in the normal canisters, and again it was potluck as to whether you got one or not. But now Disney Parks sells them separately, and they're the Force Guidance crystals, or what a lot of people are calling the 8-ball crystals. So this is a green and a red crystal. The green one has Yoda's voice in the Jedi Holocron, and the red one has Darth Vader's voice in the Sith Holocron. And rather than just giving quotes, they will answer questions for you. So you ask them a question and you basically get a roundabout yes or no answer from those. So that's the Force Guidance crystals. And you can tell those ones because they have gold ends to the canisters. So let's have a look at how they work in the Holocrons. So I didn't have any red ones before, and now I have. So what we'll do is actually we'll pop the black one in. This is the black crystal going in, and then you operate it by twisting and then touching the sides.
Apprentice, where there was conflict, I now sense resolve. Where there was weakness, strength. Complete your training and fulfill your destiny.
Snoke.
I cannot be betrayed. I cannot be beaten.
So that's what the black crystal does in the Sith Holocron. We'll have a look at a red one as well. I believe this one is Darth Vader. I've got this little rack here from an Etsy seller. It holds 8 of the crystals in their canisters, which is really nice. Did a little bit of a paint job and weathering on it. So this one I believe is Darth Vader. So again, we'll turn it on, glows red, and
My armor hides a ruined body, but to the Force we are not this crude matter. The fires of Mustafar purified me, and in the Force I burn brightly.
Darth Vader. That's how the Sith Holocron works. And if we put a Jedi Jedi crystal, one of the other coloured crystals, into the Sith Holocron, that will give us the Emperor's voice, trying to seduce us to the dark side. So that's the Holocrons and the crystals. Let's have a look now at the Savi's workshop lightsabers and the crystals. So this is Savi's Workshop lightsaber. This is their elemental nature set of pieces. These come in pieces, so you build these in the workshop, and the pieces are a pommel, an emitter, two sleeves, top and bottom, and a switch section. Which comes in two pieces. That's me putting the battery in. Just pushing the battery in. They have a battery pack which holds 3 AA batteries. Don't think that's going to last very long. Haven't used it very often. And as you can see, when the battery pack is in, it lights up and lights the crystal. So you don't want to leave the batteries in here because they will drain just through being in the Saber because of the lights that are in here. So when you go to Savi's, you also have to pick a crystal. This one's green. You pop your crystal in. The crystal dictates the colour of the blade and the sound font that the Saber will give off. So this is I say it's a green one. Now if you you pop the switch back on, if you operate the switch with no blade in, you just get a sound, a failed ignition sound, which is quite nice. I'll pop this back together. Go together fairly easily. All the pieces kind of screw together if you put them on the right way round. And they're fairly solid. I mean, it's a lightsaber made up from pieces, so it's not going to be terrifically solid, but they're not bad. They are large because you have to hide the core, and they are heavy because all of these pieces are metal, and the weight builds up. So there's our lightsaber back together. We get that failed ignition sound. When you go to Savi's Workshop, you also get the blade. You get a 31-inch blade, which is what this is. Disney have this push and twist system on their blades. The lightsaber also recognises when a blade is going in. So when you push the blade in, you get a blade insertion sound. So push it in and twist it. And now when we press the button or move the switch, that will ignite green. It sort of has sound on motion and on clash and flash. That's about it. Does extend and retract. So it is an LED blade, but it's not a near-pixel blade. It's basically put together in 4 sections of LEDs, and they light or go out in sequence to give you that ignition and retraction. So what you can do is buy additional crystals, and if you can remove the switch section just by undoing the the sleeves. You take the old crystal out, there's the green one, and we'll put this red one in. And you can see that's glowing red now, hopefully. Just pop the switch back in for now. And you can operate these, the switch is magnetically operated, so you don't need to have all of the switch on, you can just have the half on. And now when we ignite it, it should be red and a different sound. There we go. Not very sensitive. If I'm honest, not a hugely great saber. I think when you go to Savi's workshop, what you're paying for more is the experience of going to Savi's workshop. These are okay, don't get me wrong. These are a nice souvenir. I really bought this one to be able to see how it worked with the crystals and things. Yeah, bit clunky, very old technology in terms of how it works and the sounds, and yeah, quite chunky as a lightsaber. There we go. Now it's got the green crystal back in it. It will light up green. You take the blade out, push, twist, and you get a sound when the blade comes out. That's the Savi's Workshop lightsabers, and how they kind of operate with the Kyber crystals. So with the other colours in the lightsaber, they basically, the colour of the crystal gives you the colour of the lightsaber. With the exception of the black one will light red. So yeah, that's my current collection of Kyber crystals, Holocrons and Savi's Workshop lightsabers from Disney Parks Galaxy's Edge. Very expensive to collect in the UK. Quite expensive anyway when you go to the park, but if you're buying them here in the UK, then you can expect to spend a fair bit of money on them. Normally, if you can get one of these black crystals, for example, because of the rarity of it, most people are going to ask £160 upwards for those. Most of them go for more than that. The usual price is around £230, £240. So I got really lucky with that one. Yeah, that's all 10 of the light side crystals, all 5 of the dark side crystals, the 2 Force guidance crystals, the Jedi Holocron, the Sith Holocron, and a Savi's Workshop lightsaber. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider giving it a like. It's a little bit different from most of my videos. A lot of my videos on lightsabers are lightsaber reviews of lightsabers from a company called Nexus, which I buy from Padawan Outpost generally here in the UK, sometimes from House Kybers. Links to those will be in the description. I'll also put links to a couple of shops in the UK where you can buy the Holocrons and the crystals. You cannot buy the Savi's Workshop lightsabers in the UK anywhere for retail. You have to go to places like eBay. And you can expect to pay around £400 for a lightsaber with a blade. They come with a case very often as well, although the quality of the cases isn't very good and they tend to disintegrate reasonably quickly. But if you want one of the Savi's Workshop lightsabers without going to the US and going to the Disney parks and paying your $250 for the Savi's Workshop experience, then here in the UK you can expect to pay around £400 or so for a Savi's Workshop lightsaber. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a great lightsaber for that money. You can get a lightsaber that will do a whole lot more. So unless you're particularly interested in a Savi's Workshop lightsaber, as I was, for it to work with the different crystals, then I would recommend that you have a look at other things rather than that. It's great if you've been there and done the experience, I'm sure. It'll be a great reminder of your visit to the park. So that's the state of my collection. As I say, hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give it a like if you have. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. It will notify you if you click on the little bell icon. Love to see you subscribing to the channel. I think we're just over the 350 mark in terms of subscribers now. Be great to get some more. I do these videos purely for information, not interested in making money off of them, not interested in buying more equipment. I make all of these videos on my iPhone. I'm not interested in buying more equipment to progress the channel in that way, but it would be great to know that there are more people that are interested in the sort of things that I'm talking about. So please consider that if you haven't already. So that's it for now. I'll see you again soon. Cheerio.